Hi there, my name is Will Cullen and this is my pigeon Aloy, and I'm here today to discuss with you some awareness through movement stories again. Today I thought I'd talk about what it was that brought me to the awareness through movement method. I definitely took a bit of a wiggly path to get there. So, I was born Kevin Daniel Leask in a small town in the Okanagan Valley of British Columbia. And I was fortunate enough to have a grandmother who was really into the awareness through movement method. She had gone to work with one of my teachers, actually, Alice, over in Salt Spring Island. And that was back in the 90s when the Feldenkrais work was starting to become really popular in the United States and talked about a lot, kind of late 80s, early 90s. She went over to Salt Spring and took a week's worth of functional integration lessons with Alice. And then she came back and started working Moshe's tapes really regularly. At the time, I would be born and I would have difficulty with my right side. I had a pigeon-toed right foot. And she recommended awareness through movement to my mother right away. My mother never really showed any interest in it. Neither did I as a child, even when I was old enough to choose. Then, when I got into being a young performer, I trained in dance and then went to an undergraduate degree, diploma program, at the Randolph Academy for Performing Arts in Toronto. And at that point, I started to get intercostal pain in the spaces in between my ribs. And once again, my grandmother recommended awareness through movement to me, and once again, I cheerfully ignored her. At that time, we had an awareness through movement class that was part of our curriculum, but I don't remember it being very inquisitive. There weren't a lot of questions asked, and a lot of us spent a lot of time falling asleep and not a lot of time engaging with curiosity, certainly not a lot of time being active participants in our own learning. From there, after my diploma and then my master's degree, came a very long period of time of working in customer service and food service. And that caused some, I think, movement patterns to be really cemented in me. I started using smaller and smaller ranges of patterns, lifting boxes the same way, pulling levers the same way, walking the same way all day for almost 20 years. And at that stage, between the performing arts training and the customer service and food service, all I needed was, a catalyst in order to encounter issues. And for me, the catalyst was having portal vein thrombosis and then going through a surgery to put a stunt around the blood clot in that system. I was laid up in bed for almost 2 months, and then when I got back on my feet, I found that I had such intense fascial pain across the entirety of both of my feet that I couldn't make it from one end of the room to another without being in crippling pain. So at this stage, my grandmother, bless her soul, just bought me some table sessions, some functional integration sessions with my local practitioner. And I went, and within an hour of not touching my feet, of touching my shoulders and my head and my neck and my chest, he was able to alleviate the foot pain. And I thought, cool, like I can just keep going back to this guy every 2 weeks for the rest of my life, no big deal. But Brent really encouraged me to come to awareness through movement class to try to empower myself, and I did eventually. And there were a few lessons that I liked, but not a lot that kind of spoke to me. And then it was Giselle St. Hilaire out of Winnipeg, who made a big difference when she was doing a worldwide tour of Moshe's original 12 lessons. I took that workshop when it landed in Vernon, and I was amazed by how much she could bring in that was tied directly back to anatomy, neuroplasticity, neuroscience, and how tangible the technique became under her presentation. So that led me to want to be a trainee in the method, and when I started learning, I realized that a lot of my pain in the more mobile parts of me, my feet and my knees, were coming from actually the less mobile parts of me. In my case, my shoulders, my chest, my abdomen, my neck. And so once the less mobile parts became more mobile, my knees and my feet and my hips stopped having to pick up the extra work. And so now I'm here because I want to give other people what I was given. I want to give other people a way that they can have enterprise and freedom over their own journey, where you can feel like you can become a pain management expert for yourself. So I hope that if you haven't yet, you consider going to www.kineticquest.ca and claiming a free quest. We have movement quests online virtually every day, and we offer one free quest to all new members. So come and grab yours. I look forward to having an adventure with you really soon.